Hi guys, sorry to interrupt your video. Just a quick plea, subscribe to my channel please. If you haven't done it already, subscribe. Tell your friends, subscribe. Thanks. Haha, welcome to the fantastic and exciting world of documentation that you need to put your car on the road. Right, as you can see from the diagram, there is three types of things that you need in order to put your car on the road. So I'm going to go through them. Now I've already done a video about insurance which goes into far more detail, but basically as far as going on the roads are concerned, well, insurance, let's deal with it. I'm not even saying going on the roads here. Insurance, some of you might insure your mobile phone in case you damage it. Right, well you can insure your car in case it gets damaged, but where that car is could be on the road. It might be just in your garage. Like I had a car for ages that, it sounds a bit posh doesn't it, but I had a spare car. I basically bought a car and didn't use it. So it stayed in the garage for like 3 years, and all I did was I just insured it in case it caught fire or the garage fell around it, okay? I didn't have to have any insurance for driving on the roads because it wasn't driving on the road, so the insurance was dirt cheap. I didn't even have to insure it if I didn't want to. So insurance is something that you just have just in case something happens, then somebody will recompense you for any damages that your vehicle might incur. All right, so insurance over here is its own separate thing. You can buy that whenever you want. Now when you buy insurance, you usually buy it for 12 months, but of course it's an insurance policy, so you can buy it for as long as you want, but normally people pay annually. Okay, and then if they don't use it, then you get a refund for if you wanted to cancel the insurance or something like that. Okay, but as I say, I have done a video all about insurance, explaining the different levels and all the rest of it. Watch it. It's really important because you're going to be asked stuff in the theory test about it. But insurance, as far as this video is concerned, you are welcome to buy insurance to cover your car, but the legal requirement is you must have insurance if you are driving on the roads. Okay, minimum of third party only. Fine. Next, MOT. Right, now that just stands for Ministry of Transport, but basically the way it's viewed is that when a car gets to 3 years old or more, then every year it has to have an MOT. The government assumes that if it's a new car, so it's less than 3 years old, then it's going to be of sufficient quality that bits aren't going to be falling off. But when it gets to about 3 years onwards, then they're assuming that stuff might be wearing and tearing, in which case you have to have an MOT on your vehicle. Now, part of the conditions of your insurance are that it must have a valid MOT whenever you're driving on the roads. If you don't have a valid MOT on the roads, then you invalidate your insurance, in which case you're not covered in the event of an accident, right? And if you're not covered by insurance, then if you're involved in a car crash or whatever and the police turn up, then you are uninsured, in which case you can end up with either a substantial fine because it's unlimited. It's one of the questions that comes up is what's the maximum fine on your insurance? Well, it's unlimited because obviously some people, you know, if you were absolutely minted, some people will think nothing about spending £20,000 a year to insure their Rolls Royce, right? They don't care. So therefore they can't put a limit on the amount that they fine you because we don't know how much your premium is. We can't get to a point where the fine is less than your premium because people just won't bother insuring their cars at that point. So the fine for not having insurance is unlimited, and you could be banned. So also the penalty, you could have your license taken away, or you're gonna get points on your license. They don't like uninsured drivers. In fact, I'm pretty damn sure they can seize your car and crush any car that is uninsured. So you must have insurance. So even though you have insurance, if you don't have an MOT, it invalidates your insurance. Right, now, an MOT is an annual thing that says at the time of testing, your car was okay. It doesn't mean that 6 months later, when you come to sell the car, that the car is roadworthy or not. It just means that at the time the MOT happened, it was roadworthy. But you get a certificate for 12 months. Yeah, now, road tax. That's the next thing. If you are driving on the roads, you have to pay road tax. Please note, road tax is also known as vehicle excise duty. That comes up in the theory test questions. So see vehicle excise duty, think road tax. Right? Now when you get road tax, you normally buy it for 12 or 6 months at a time, and then you would be refunded if you sell the car for any road tax that you haven't used. Okay. Alternatively, if your vehicle is not on the road, like my car was in the garage, then I declared it SORN, which is statutory off-road notice. Now that is valid for 12 months. So every 12 months they write to you and they say your road tax is due, or you can declare it SORN. Now if it's off-road, then you don't need an MOT because it's not driving on the road. You need an MOT to be on the roads. Whether or not you choose to insure your car if it's off-road is up to you. However, in order to drive on the road, you have to have paid your road tax, but they check, because it's all online now, they check and they won't let you buy road tax unless you have a valid MOT, because they cross-refer it. So, if you need to put your car back on the road, you have to get an MOT. Now, you are not allowed to drive your car to an MOT station to book an MOT. You can only drive on the roads without an MOT when you are driving to an MOT station when you have already booked an appointment. Otherwise, you're just driving on the roads without an MOT, which invalidates your insurance, which is highly illegal, and then the police will kick you. So you must phone up, get an appointment, then you can drive your car to the MOT station in the reasonably shortest route possible. You can't go and do your weekly shop en route. You have to go to the MOT station. When you've got an MOT, then you can drive on the roads. But you have to make sure you've paid your road tax. So it's a case of jump online, book your road tax, and so on. Okay, so you've got to get them all linked. That's why I've got here that in order to buy your road tax, they actually check to make sure you have insurance, but the insurance checks your MOT. You see, it's all interlinked. That's how it all works. If you did declare your car SORN for 12 months, but then after 4 months you decided, actually I'm going to start driving the car again, you could have let your MOT expire if you wanted to, or you could have just got it MOT'd. If it's off the road, you don't even have to have insurance if you don't want to, but as soon as you go back on the road, you have to have insurance, road tax and an MOT. And once you have declared it SORN, you then have to contact them and say, right, now I'm going to drive on the road, I have to pay my road tax. So of course obviously SORN is free because you're not driving on the road, but you have to pay tax if you're driving on the road. Yeah, that's it. Okay, hope that helps. Cheers.